Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you some of my favorite go-to fragrances for this springtime. I'm going to warn you before I get started that most of these fragrances are floral fragrances. I love wearing a light, fresh floral fragrance for spring. That is when I really turn to those types of fragrances, so you will see a lot of that on this list. I tried to narrow it down to my top 10, but I got it down to 12 and I thought that was good enough. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started with the first fragrance on my list. This is from Parfums de Marly, and this is Delina La Rosee. And I could have chosen any of the Delinas for this list, but to me, this one is the most sort of watery and mouth-watering and aquatic of the Delinas. It's a beautiful rose scent that is a little bit fresh and almost a little bit like sparkly. For some reason, this is like a champagne-y version, I would say, of the Delinas, and I absolutely love this fragrance for spring. My next favorite on this list comes from the House of Chanel. I have so many beautiful fragrances I could have chosen that are beautiful light florals for springtime, but the one that I know I turn to the most in the springtime is Chanel No. 5 Low. And this is a lighter, more kind of citrusy version of Chanel No. 5. It's still got that powdery quality. It's still beautiful light florals, and at the same time, you get a touch of vanilla in this, and it's just absolutely breathtaking for the springtime. Next up from the House of Dior, I have Pure Poison. And this is the perfect kind of combination between a clean, soapy fragrance and a beautiful white floral fragrance. You definitely can smell some jasmine in this, and you can just smell it combined with this beautiful kind of uplifting, soapy, energizing sort of quality. And at the same time, there's like a sexiness to this fragrance. I'm not really sure how to describe it other than to say it's like a perfect fragrance for springtime and one that I turn to time and time again around this time of year. The next fragrance on my list is a beautiful, sparkling iris fragrance, and I am going to do a whole separate video about all my fragrances featuring the note of iris, since it is one of my favorite notes in perfumery. And the perfume that made it to this list is Bois Irredescent. This is from the House of Mizensir, and this is a beautiful kind of sparkly iris fragrance that is also a little bit soapy, a little bit citrusy, but just really powdery and irisy and absolutely lovely for this time of year. Definitely one that I will be adding to my perfume tray very soon. And another iris fragrance that could not be on this list is from Prada. This is Prada Infusion de Iris. This is a fragrance I've been wearing for many years, and to me, this is the ultimate kind of soapy, clean iris fragrance. It's powdery, it's light, it's uplifting. It's something you could definitely wear, as I did for several years, as a signature scent, and it's just beautiful. I love this fragrance. Next up, I have a musky white floral from the House of Narciso Rodriguez. This is Pure Musk. And of all my Narciso fragrances, I would say this one is the one I reach for the most during the springtime. It is just light and clean and musky, but at the same time somewhat powdery, and you definitely get those beautiful white florals in this. Definitely a fragrance that I love wearing in the springtime, and one that I could not be without in my fragrance collection. Next up from the House of Van Cleef and Arpels, I have Gardenia Petale, and this is a really beautiful gardenia fragrance. This one is a little bit sweet. It's very clean and crisp and just really, really pretty. It's like a refreshing take on gardenia. This is my favorite gardenia fragrance in my collection, and I absolutely love it. The next fragrance on my list is from the House of Jo Malone, and I think Jo Malone does so many beautiful, fresh, springtime fragrances, but the one that is one of my favorites from the house that I love in the springtime is Mimosa and Cardamom. And this is a fragrance I kind of wear all year long. It's clean and fresh, but at the same time warm and comforting. There's something about this fragrance that is got a little bit of spice to it, but mostly I just get really light, fresh, clean florals when I wear this fragrance, and I get so many compliments. In fact, I have this on today. I had gone out to the grocery store and someone asked me what I was wearing, and it was this. And yeah, I just love this fragrance. I get tons of compliments, and it is one that I think just goes really well with my body chemistry. Definitely a beautiful fragrance for spring. Next up, I have a new fragrance that I have added to my collection that made it to this list for this year's springtime, and this is from Aerin. This is Mediterranean Honeysuckle Tiare. And this is such a beautiful fragrance. It still has that kind of clean, not really soapy. I would say it's a little bit more like citrusy. I definitely get like almost like a grapefruit in my Mediterranean honeysuckle, but this one has that quality, but yet with that beautiful tiare flower that is sweet and very prominent in this fragrance. So it's very uplifting, definitely one that I can get away with wearing in the spring here in a more tropical climate, and I absolutely love it. Next up, I have the only sort of vanilla-based fragrance that is on this list, and I absolutely love this one for spring. This is from Chloe, and this is Vanilla Planifolia. And this is kind of that clean, green, plant-like vanilla that isn't quite so sweet as it is kind of fresh and uplifting. It's absolutely beautiful all year long, but definitely one of the only vanillas that, or vanilla heavy fragrances that I would say I would be reaching for in the springtime, and I absolutely love it. Next up is another fragrance I had to take off of my March perfume tray for this video, and this is one of my favorite fragrances for the springtime. This is from YSL, and this is Libre, the original. This is such a beautiful combination of orange flower or orange blossom mixed with vanilla, mixed with lavender, and it is just a perfectly balanced combination of the three of them. I know a lot of people prefer the intense version of this, but I love that amped up lavender scent that you get that makes it a little fresher. I feel like this is kind of that perfect combination of florals and sweetness and freshness that go together so beautifully. And to me, of all of the YSL leaves, this one is my favorite. And my last fragrance on this list is one that I wear all year long, but it is especially beautiful in the springtime. This is from Glossier, and this is You. And this is a fragrance that is designed to kind of work with your body chemistry to smell a little bit different on everyone. But on me, what I get is kind of a soapy, clean, kind of floral, irisy fragrance that is, again, very clean, very fresh. It's like the kind of perfume that smells like your skin, but better. And I love to wear this if I have like doctor's appointment, or if I'm going out somewhere where I know I'm going to be in close proximity to a lot of people and I want to smell sort of clean and fresh. This is just absolutely glorious and definitely a beautiful fragrance for spring. So those are my top 12 fragrances in my collection that I am going to be reaching for quite a bit this springtime. I would love to know what your favorite fragrance for spring is. Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.